Welcome to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The Maritime Attorney, Most Effective Lawyers to Crew Advocacy, CMAC, was established as a boutique law firm to serve the needs of seafarers injured while employed aboard cruise vessels and cargo vessels. From the inspection, CMAC's main objective has been to provide crew members honest legal and ethical representation while seeking full justice under law. Unlike other maritime personal injury law offices, at CMAC was believed effective representation begins with the initial client's interview and establishing an open and honest evaluation of the claim and not sugarcoat or create unrealistic expectation for the client. We are not a large volume case law firm which treats the client as just another claimant. We pride ourselves in providing tailor-made solutions designed for the individual needs of each client. You are in a good company. For nearly 30 years, crew member in Maritime Advocacy Center, commercial litigation, and cruise ships personal injury attorneys have achieved law verdicts and settlements for clients in a variety of practice areas. Speak to a maritime lawyer today. Crew member accident attorneys. Crew member accident attorneys know that accidents can happen in the less expected of times, anytime, anywhere you are, even when you are in a cruise ship. In the past, many crew members have suffered from accident while at work. Many are minor accidents, but there are also some that have been serious and fatal. If you happen to be one of these people, there is one thing that you should do: work with a crew member accident attorney. The lawyer is a legal professional who specializes in working with cruise ship crew members who have been involved in an accident and who need representation in order to provide it with the justice that they seek. When to seek for legal help. It is important to know exactly when you will need the assistance of a crew member accident attorney. Generally speaking, you will need their expertise when you have been involved in an accident. For instance, if you have suffered from burns, broken limbs, and head injuries, among other accidents, you can seek help from a lawyer. If the vessel is unseaworthy and if it continues to sail, and if you have suffered from an accident as a result of such, you have another good reason to look for a lawyer to help. Know your right in the United States. The Jones Act is one of the most significant manifestations of the rights of seafarers or those who work in cruise ships. The Act has the main purpose of providing legal help to those who have been involved in an accident while in active duty. Maintenance and cruise benefits should be given to the person injury in necessitates the compensation that will be received by the employee in case of an accident. Punitive damages can also arise depending on the action of the management of the cruise ship that has been involved. To know more about your rights, consult with a crew member accident attorneys. The lawyer will provide legal advice that will help you to easily get over your situation, making sure that you will be properly compensated. Looking for the best crew member accident attorney. The option will be almost endless, with each attorney claiming to be best in the legal profession. Do not immediately believe what they claim or what you can see from their website. Instead, exert effort to read reviews from their past clients. Look at their credentials and experiences. Consider the cases they have handled in the past and, most importantly, their outcomes. Talk to the lawyer and see if you will have a good professional relationship with the right choice of the crew member accident attorney. There is a higher likelihood of winning your case in flying colors. Crew member accident attorneys. Millions of people across the world have faced various deadly cruise accidents, have an injury that have fully or partially affected their life and the life of their family members. The Florida Cruise Ship Attorneys are an association of different lawsuits that provide justice to these injured people. Florida Cruise Ship Attorneys. They understand that cruise ship injury claims differ from one another, starting from typical personal injury lawsuit to the federal and international level laws. Our expert lawyers are trained and qualified enough to handle all of them. Our attorneys handle both personal injury and maritime lawsuits and have enough of the resources and experience that is needed to handle even the most complex cruise ship injury claims. Initially, you can get a free consultation on how to go about the entire process. Cruise ship injury lawsuits are normally subjected to short number of limitations, which is the time limit in which a claim must be filed, so do not hesitate to contact our attorneys today. In case you fail to take legal action quickly may prevent you from seeking compensation for your injuries. Care and liability. Since cruise ships are considered to be common carriers, they are obligated to take special care of their passengers and even go beyond special duty if required. They have the rule to provide the highest degree of care, and cruise liners must exercise and train themselves to protect their passengers all the way. If the cruise liner fails to live up to live up to his study and a passenger is injured as a result, they will be liable for any resulting damages and will have to compensate or pay penalty against that. If a passenger is injured on board, then a case can be brought against the owner and the compensation can be claimed from the company, the organization catering the ship, or the company who has sold the tickets. Along with this, if the injury is caused by any other third party, the victim will also be able to bring a personal injury lawsuit against that particular individual or entity. Some of the major types of injury claims include slip and fall, swelling overboard, injuries from fires on the cruise ship, norovirus infection or other illness from contaminated food or unhygienic conditions, pool of water slides accident, injuries sustained during onshore exertions, injuries sustained during recreational activities aboard the ship, dock accidents, falling object accident, injuries resulting from navigational errors, medical malpractice, or medical negligence liability. Whenever there is a case of cruise injury, the person who is a victim of violent attacks like ship wrecks can claim injury rights for the accident. The cruise is responsible to provide high security to its passengers. The crew members are required to follow certain guidelines that are recognized by both the cruise and the security industries. The basic guidelines consist of the following: install security cameras, run background checks on applicants, employ adequate security staff for the passengers in all the public areas. At time a cruise liner fails to uphold in duty of care to protect passengers from assault and rape, the company may be liable for the victim's damages. What does a maritime lawyer do? A maritime lawyer, also known as an admiralty attorney, handles legal issues arising from United States maritime law. Maritime lawyers function differently from other terrestrial-based attorneys. This uniqueness results from the peculiar nature of maritime disputes. Ships, cargo, and people move on vessels from one place to another, often in and out jurisdictions and all across the country. Maritime law has evolved over the centuries to address the needs of ship owners, crew members, cargo owners, port operators, and other entities operating on the water. What is maritime law? Maritime law is a vast body of statutes, procedures, common law principles, and rules governing maritime disputes. There are many sources of maritime law, such as the U.S. Constitution, centuries-old common law, federal statutes, international convention, and sometimes even state law. A key component of maritime law is the concept of uniformity, sometimes called uniformity in admiralty. Congress and the many courts of the courtly encourage the application of maritime law to be uniform throughout the nation. What kinds of cases do maritime lawyers handle? Maritime lawyers are specialists, meaning they have unique experience and education in maritime law. Many maritime lawyers will only handle maritime matters. Because maritime law should be uniform in both state and federal courts, maritime attorneys tend to handle cases in broad geographic areas. Sometimes maritime lawyers even team up with journalist attorneys who have a maritime component in a pending case. While maritime law is itself an attorney's specialty, maritime lawyers still develop niches within the field. Some examples of matters handled by maritime lawyers include personal injury claims. Statistics are clear. Working, commuting, and recruiting on the water can be dangerous. The Coast Guard reported in 2020 alone there were 3,191 injuries and 767 deaths resulting from 5,265 recreational boating accidents. And despite heightened safety standards for professional mariners, on-the-job injuries remain among the most common in the country. For example, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention publishes showing an average of 117 deaths for 100,000 commercial fishermen versus an average of 4 deaths for 100,000 workers among all over U.S. professions. And then how about the takeaway? The marine transportation industry produces a lot of injuries. Typically, issues maritime personal injury lawyers handle include: remember, injury compensation under maritime law is distinguished between professional mariners and passengers or pleasure boaters. Remember, injury cases may involve the Jones Act. Even employee crew member must aid the operation of a commercial vessel. He or she is likely a Jones Act seaman. That means the mariner is subject to the Jones Act, also known as the Merchant Marine Act of 1920. The Jones Act entitles seamen to safe place to work. If an employer is negligent and a crew member injury results, the seaman can sue his or her employer for money damages under the Jones Act. Unseaworthiness. An injured commercial seaman may also have a cause of action in civil courts against vessel owners who contributed contribute to injuries. An accident admiralty law, known as the doctrine of unseaworthiness, requires a vessel owner to provide a vessel and crew that is fit for its intended purpose. The unseaworthiness cost of action is available only to seamen. Maintenance and cure. People are surprised to learn traditional workers' compensation plans don't cover commercial mariners. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.